Laker Nation, please, just don't hit the panic button yet. That's what this one is called. Please don't hit the panic button yet. We lost 4 straight. And it may look like it's because AD is out. And I would hate for the public to get a hold of this story and you see those little notes at the bottom when we watching these ball games and they say, Lakers 0-4 since AD has been out or something like that. Because it has nothing to do with AD being out and everything to do with a lot of our players being out. Laker Nation, everybody in the Lakers has went into health and safety protocol. I don't get it. Trevor Ariza just got back. Guess what? Yes, he's in the health and safety protocol. He just got back. How is he in the health and safety protocol and nobody else is? He played the game. Crazy. But anyways, I'm just a little upset about that because I expected to see him tonight versus the Spurs at home, last game at Staples Center, and we made a mess of it. You know what I mean? You can't send Staples Center off like that. But we got to get it out of there. So many things are changing. They took the wish off the jersey. They went with the BB Go, Bajobo, whatever it is on their jersey. And now Staples Center is changing to the cryptoarena.com, something like that. A lot of changes. But please don't hit the panic button yet. Laker Nation, we are the middest team that you have ever seen. And I mean mid. Right in the middle. But all of our players are hurt. Players are out on COVID protocol. Can't do nothing with that. But Laker Nation, I'm going to discuss some things. I'm going to shake some things up this podcast. I want to talk about trades. I want to talk about some movement that may shock you. Because I was talking with my pops tonight, and he said, what do we do? What would you do? And I immediately went to trade talk. Although I didn't want to mention it because we haven't even seen our full roster yet, seen what this team could really be. We haven't had the same starting lineup, I don't think, ever this season, right? Maybe 2 games in a row, but it's been without LeBron or it's been without AD or something. But I want to break all of that down, and that's all coming up next on the Film Room Podcast. So, Laker Nation, without further ado, this game was not a good game. It was a good game for LeBron. It was a good game for Russ. And that's about it. The Spurs bench outscored our bench by like 50-something points. It was crazy. Nobody stepped up when we needed them to step up, except for LeBron and Brody. Nobody. Couldn't get nobody going. Everybody was bricking. THT tried. Carmelo tried. But that's about it. Offense, defense, consistency. That's all we need to get a good group of guys in there that's going to give you both. Consistency on offense, consistency on defense. Somebody that can run with LeBron, work with LeBron, score with LeBron. Somebody that can play defense with AD and give him help on both ends. And really, it's just one player. We get one more player that can do both, or 2 players that can do one or the other, and we'll be all right. And right now, to me, I think that is Trevor Ariza, Kendrick Nunn, and Malik Monk. But with those three guys out, it's going to be hard to watch this team. Because when we need a bucket from somebody other than LeBron, when he's tired of shooting up these shots and taking every possession, and when AD is tired of guarding and playing the five, you know what I mean? So let's talk about it. Let's get right into it. Because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and we got a game on Christmas versus the Brooklyn Nets. And, of course, their game today was postponed, so they'll be good and rested. And hopefully we get some players, maybe 3, maybe 4, somebody, to come back from the health and safety protocol to play with the Lakers. For crying out loud, we had 2 people that played probably more than 15 minutes tonight that was just playing in the G League. And that's Isaiah Thomas and whoever this Jones is, which he had a great steal and a great putback layup, and at least he can make some layups. Because Russell Westbrook missed like 5 or 6 of them jokers tonight. And I don't know how you miss so many when you're so good at the rim. You know what I mean? I don't know how we missed so many free throws tonight. I mean, for crying out loud, Carmelo Anthony missed 3 in a row. It was just a weird game. The energy and effort has been off almost every single game. Even on games we won, it just seemed like for a full 48, it's just not there, and I get it. Some nights, you're not going to play for a full 48. Some nights, you're just not going to play for a full 48. But every game we have not played great for a full 48. And I keep telling myself, no, it's coming. No, it's coming. No, this is the game that changes that. And I'm still waiting. But ladies and gentlemen, let me go into my text message thread with my pops. I'm going to start off throughout the game. I texted him when the game first started, shaking my head. Turnover 1 of future 25. First possession. Brody comes down and turns the ball over on the first possession. Great way to start the game. You know what I mean? Then LeBron James comes down and does this epic reverse layup, smacking his hands. Oh my gosh. It was incredible. And when I found out that it was the last day for Staples Center and that they had previous Laker, alumni and all the, the great names from the Lakers there that night, I said, oh, he's going to have an incredible night tonight. In which he did, but nobody else did. So now, I'm going to scroll down a bit, and I'm going to go to this, what I text my pops. So I sent this text message to my pops about 11:10 p.m. I said, crazy how us going small should take advantage of some mismatches, but we don't. And when we go big lineup, we don't take advantage of that either. Shaking my head. That's coaching. Now, we go small, and we should be able to take advantage of some mismatches with their bigs, bringing their bigs out, making a move, passing, kicking to a guy in the corner that's going to knock down a 3 or drive into the lane or lob into a big man, something. but we have nothing. We have nothing. And then when our big lineup is in, and we got smaller guys defending our guys, we don't take advantage of mismatches on that either. And it's crazy because I see it every game from every other team. Every other team takes advantage of some type of mismatch. And we can't do it for a consecutive quarter, 2 quarters, an entire game, something. Where is our plays at? Why is our offense so boring? If it wasn't for LeBron, man, listen. Sometimes Brody hypes us up, but it's very rare. Where's all this energy? You know? So then he texts me. What do we do? Which I thought was a great question to ask because I was thinking the same thing. What do we do? We got a lot of players out, so it's hard to kind of say, hey, listen, get rid of them all, start over. But that's kind of what you want to say as a Lakers fan right now. That's kind of what you want to say. Because although I love Brody, I haven't seen much. Nothing that's going to be game-changing to us. You know what I mean? Yes, he scored 31 points tonight. Great for him. But did you see his 31 points? I'm not saying I don't like Brody. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that Brody with LeBron can work. But Brody with these other players, I just don't know. It hasn't been working. Have you seen it working? Brody with the ball and LeBron with the ball and don't know who's bringing up the ball. It causes so much confusion for us as fans. So I know, let alone on the court real time with them. Who's bringing the ball up? Is it me or is it you? So we got one guy bringing the ball up and the second guy just running alongside him. Plays don't work like that. There's typically one point guard that's bringing up the ball, is calling the plays, is getting the guys ready. And they go from there. But anyways, I went down to say, what are we going to do? And my response was, I would make some moves on Buddy Hield, Ben Simmons, and Jeremy Grant. All 3, 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3, something. My pop said exactly. I said, LeBron needs to run point the entire time and we got to get Russ out of here. That's what I said. And I know the Russ fans are going to kill me and say, hey, bro, Russ ain't the problem. I'm not saying he's the problem. They say, why you want to get rid of Russ? Well, have you seen him with the Lakers? Exactly what some people said, and I'm fine with admitting I was wrong. I said LeBron James can make anything work. Well, guess what? It ain't working. Russ scored 31 points tonight, and we still lost because our bench didn't show up. Why didn't our other guys show up? Well, there's a lot you can attest to that. There's a lot you can say to that. You can say that Russell Westbrook is not great with assisting the three-point shooters, to the kick out the three-point shooters. he is more consistent with getting his own shots and passing the big man and getting lobs with big men like he did in OKC with Steven Adams. You know what I mean? I hate saying that because I really like Russ, man. But I just feel like in order for the Lakers to win, we need another piece. And he is not that piece. Although he can score, yes. Although he is great to watch, yes. But he is not that piece that we need to get this championship. Not to beat a team like the Suns. Not to beat a team like the Warriors. Russell Westbrook is a great basketball player, but guess what? He is terrible on defense. He is a liability. So I said we got to get Russ out of here. For that main reason. Now I know what you're thinking. Last year we had Dennis Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder was more defensive minded than offensive minded. And it still didn't work with LeBron. But that's because Dennis Schroeder demanded to start. Which put LeBron in this back and forth running a point guard thing again. LeBron James is too smart. LeBron James is too big, and it already poses a threat to anybody on the defensive side, no matter who we play. He's 6'8", 240, 6'9". To the normal guards that are anywhere from 6 foot to, 6'6"? And you may have a 6'9" guard like Jason Tatum or something like that, or, sometimes they have tall guards, but mainly no. So I just think Russ would be a great chip to get out there to get us what we need to work that possibly could fit with LeBron better. Right? We got Wayne Ellington on the starting lineup, and he hasn't been knocking down shots. Well, he wasn't knocking down shots this game. And most of the games he's played, he's knocked down some shots, but he's not touching the ball enough to get good looks. You know what I mean? We can't get him open for nothing. I mean, he's running to save his life to get these threes. And it's have you seen Wayne Ellington run to get a three-point shot? Every time I see him do it, I'm already thinking this is a brick. And some he's put in that's really surprised me. But then most of them were bricks. I got to go to the box score, which I'll do in a minute here. And I told my pops on the next text message, I said, not because he hasn't been good, just can't see it working with how he plays. And him only feeding the big men. Rarely ever gets shooters involved. Pop said, I think we're stuck with him. His salary is ridiculous. It's hard to move him. And I told him, I said, it's just hard to say because we have no one to help like we need. It's hard to say what we should do right now. Because like I said and like I alluded to earlier, it's just we haven't had all of our pieces. The puzzle hasn't even been, you know what I mean? We haven't even had all of the pieces to see what that picture would look like. And I said, with Monk, Ariza, and Nunn all out, I see them making up the difference on our bench and helping Melo out to be sharper. Because when one player's playing good and the others aren't, then to an organization it looks like, hey, we may be keeping him and the others may need to go. It's either one or the other. Either you're an asset or a liability. And you look across this Lakers team and you say, who is who? You're either helping or you're hurting us. You're either helping or you're hurting. And I said, DJ has to go. And I like DJ as well. But DJ's not helping us at all. And I can like you all I want to, but if you're not helping out, bro, you got to go. If you're not going to get us this chip, or at least some wins to even think about getting us a chip, then you got to go. And that's DJ. We need to put DJ with another piece and get us a young center, a young five, Somebody that's going to space the floor. And I'm not even worried about him really spacing the floor. Just get us some rebounds and protect the rim. He came back from his injury and had 2 great games, back-to-back games. And ever since then, he has been non-existent. And he hasn't been improving anything. It's like he came back with the same game just like AD. What did y'all do in the offseason? Is nobody working on their game anymore? You know what I mean? Bro, you are still young. You are still trying to make a name. You can be as great as you want to be. Don't settle for being a role player, because he is much more than that. But it seems to me, watching him play, it seems like he's settling for that. A role player. You see guys emerge all the time, youngsters, rookies. Is this his 3rd season? Come on, bro, you got to step it up. You don't want to turn into another Kyle Kuzma, right? And I'm saying it's okay to be a Kyle Kuzma, but THT is greater than that, and he can be. So why hasn't he improved? Is that coaching? Is that him? What is it? So I would look to move THT. It hurts me to say that. But I would have to put THT with a Russell Westbrook to get something good back. Something worth having. We give you Russ, which can get you some points. Big name. He can sell some tickets. And get you THT, a young prospect. Right? Give us a Jeremy Grant. Give us a Buddy Hield. Or give us Sabonis. Because what we would look for is great players on losing teams. Now look at that for a second. LeBron James at point with Sabonis and the rest of our lineup. Would that work? Sabonis is great on defense. He's a rebounding beast. And he can get buckets. Sabonis would be a great asset, and LeBron would love him. He's a big body. He's hard to move. Not like AD. You can't bully him in there. Rarely. Only certain ones can bully him. Not many. Jeremy Grant. He's long. Great defender. He can guard a lot of wings that we're going to have trouble with. You know what I mean? And he's young. He's a young guy. Proven. Or give me Buddy Hield. A guy who can knock down threes almost every night. Consistent threes. And give you good defense and give you good energy. All these guys are energy guys. All these guys play at a high level. Not saying that Russell Westbrook doesn't. He just plays on one side. On the offensive side. But on the defensive side, not so much. He leaves his man constantly. He gets overpowered a lot. Not that great at stealing the ball, not that great at deflecting the ball, not that great at blocking the shot. And on the offensive side, yeah, he can give you 30, he can give you 25, he can give you 26, but also with 5 turnovers. When we really need him. When we really don't need to turn the ball over, that's exactly when he turns the ball over. And I still love him, though. It's just hard to watch sometimes. So, yeah, I would look to move him. It didn't work out, bro. Sorry to cut this short. I know LA is your home, but you got to go. Just not working. You know what I mean? You ever run into the right player at the wrong time? Similar like a relationship. You ever meet the right girl at the wrong time or the right man at the wrong time? You know what I mean? Like, oh man. If I would have treated or known what I know now, back then, things might have been different. You know what I'm saying? That's Russell Westbrook for us, ladies and gentlemen.